If this scene looks familiar from a couple of months ago, well, it might be the same spot, it might be the same city, London, but we're at a big global launch event for the Oppo Find N2 Flip. This is your first look on Tech Today. This, the magazine near the O2, is where the event has taken place. And let me show you a little bit more about what this device is capable of. "400,000 folds on this device is what the company claims, and this is the biggest cover display ever on a flip device especially, and you can do all sorts of things. Of course, you can see the Oppo and Hasselblad branding very clearly. Of course, OnePlus has that partnership as well, and that really means that maybe when you're talking about the color science with this camera, we will be able to see some sort of development, some sort of improvements, but that you'll only see in our full-fledged review. The device obviously has a better battery, they claim, than even the Samsung Flip 4. That's something we want to test out on the show. And more importantly, number of folds aside, the best thing about this phone is that, one, when it is folded, this form factor can easily be pocketed. You can carry it around, but when you open it up, for the life of me, maybe I need to wear glasses, cannot see the crease, right? That's what they claim. It's an invisible crease. Let's just put it this way. Of course, you can see some level of a crease when light hits it, but compared to the Samsung Flip 4, this genuinely is a work of art. Now, one thing when you're comparing these two devices, and that's but natural for you to compare two flagship foldable devices from rival brands, one thing I want to understand is that they've not mentioned anything about water and dust resistance, whereas the other brands do. So I caught up with someone at Oppo to get some answers. Have a listen. 400,000 folds on this particular device, very durable. The cover screen looks impressive as well, but the question that the Tech Today community would have for you, and I'm going to place that question forward to you, is why no IP water and dust resistance on the Oppo Find N2 Flip?
First of all, what I really like to always mention is IP is a certification, right? It's a proof, it's a label that you can apply for, and then you can write IP. Not having IP certification does not mean that we don't take daily life and daily use serious. When you see the device, when you would unmantle the device, you see there's a lot of sealings, for example, for the hinge to make sure that there is no dust getting behind the display. Even when you close the phone, because of the U-shape, it closes completely flat. So there no dust can enter like on other devices in the market and get in between, creating friction and like scratches and those kind of things. Last but not least, for water ingress or water damage, we make sure, and we do a lot of work to make sure that it's like life-proof, I would call it. If there's an accidental splash of your coffee in the morning or your tea, if you prefer that, there should be no issue with this. You should not take it to the swimming pool, to the ocean, but you should also not do that with any IP-rated
That's
phones.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Our first impressions, initial first look of the Oppo Find N2 Flip exclusively on Tech Today from the global launch event in London.